what's up guys, Haggard Wilderness here, and I'm here to do a video really quickly about my winter backpacking sleep system. Now I'm getting ready to do a trip down in Utah this weekend with my wife, so I'm going to talk about how that will change my system a little bit, as well as some of the systems that I use before when I'm typically doing solo. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First, let's start with the tent. This is the Alps Mountaineering Tasmania 2 two-person 4-season tent. Tasmania 2 cost me about $250 with 2 large front and back vestibules. I usually use it with solo tripping, but it's definitely big enough to suit me and my wife. The tent has been awesome, reliable. It's sturdy to get snowed on, heavy, and weighs about 7 pounds, which is pretty good for a 4-season tent. You can see that this is about what it breaks down to. Going with 2 people, splitting the tent up between 2 packs, that'll save me a lot of time. Alright, next guys, we're gonna go through sleeping bags. And this monster right here is the Northstar Sports Sub-Zero -15-degree sleeping bag. This thing is a monster. And if you've seen my other video, I go a little bit more into detail with this thing, but it will not fit in a backpack when it's broke down. But this thing has kept me warm on what I'm sure were probably -17 to -20 Fahrenheit nights. It was also budget. It cost me, I'm pretty sure, under $100, between $90 and $100 if I remember right. Just need to use it in like a sled trip or truck camping, those kinds of trips, because it will not fit in a 60-liter backpack, that's for sure. A little bit smaller, but not super small, is the Teton Leaf Zero. Now this is the bag that I've done most of my winter camping with. It actually does fit in my backpack. You can see what size it breaks down to. This is a budget sleeping bag. As far as I know, I think it's about $90 for one of these sleeping bags, maybe even cheaper than that. One thing that I do not like about this sleeping bag is that the inside material is more of like a fabric as opposed to like a nylon, and that kind of makes it to where my Under Armour that I wear at night sticks to that, and then when I turn in the night, my sleeping bag turns with me, and sometimes I'll wake up and the hood will literally be covering my face instead of behind me. But other than that, I've gotten some good nights in this thing, and this is the bag that my wife is going to be using on this trip. So it should keep her plenty warm. This is the Marmot Trestles Elite Echo series, but this is a 30-degree sleeping bag. Now you can see how small it breaks down. It's going to be super awesome in my pack. The problem with this thing is that it's a 27-degree limit, and it's actually a 37-degree comfort. So depending on what temperatures we reached this weekend, last time I looked, we were looking at 29-degree low. So I feel like I should be all right. I am a hot sleeper, but we're gonna see how this works out for me on a winter camping trip. One of the things I'm gonna do to make up for some of the temperature I'm losing with this smaller bag, I'm gonna go over here in a second. Thermarest Neo Air X Therm. Nicest sleeping pad that I've ever owned. I got this for Valentine's Day from my wife. Thank you very much, baby. One that has gotten me through those very, very cold nights. And look how small it packs down. This is also with the bag to blow it up, which isn't really necessary, but I bring it. This was about $200. It is very skinny. I know you can get the larger sizes, but I know they would have been more. One of the top of the line pads. It has an insane R rating for cold, and it's just gonna work very well for us winter campers out there. Just peace of mind knowing that you're gonna be warm. This one is the Thermarest Pro Light Plus. It does break down smaller than this. I'm not sure why. The bag is a lot bigger than the pad actually breaks down. As you can see in the picture here, this pad is a large, so it actually is much wider than the X Therm or the other Thermarest sizes. This also doesn't have the same kind of cold rating. So what I'm hoping is with my colder sleeping bag and my colder Thermarest, I have a trick that will keep me warm through the night, because this is the pad that I'm going to be using. Reflectix. So this is probably something I'm going to be bringing on this trip. I use this on the below zero trips. You can see it is bulky to bring it. It has to go on the outside of your pack. But this is something that was super cheap on Amazon, and I'm going to be bringing it just to give me that extra insulation off of the ground. Pillows. All right, this is the OPE Plus pillow that we got on Amazon. It comes with its own nifty little pillowcase here that you can throw in the wash. It's that soft material, and it's got the one-way valve so you can blow air in and it's not fighting air back at you. These things are super comfortable. They break down super tiny. They fit right in my little ditty sack. You can't even notice they're there. And priceless, even though I'm pretty sure it only costs like maybe $20 for this guy. So far so good on the cheap Amazon pillow. Liner. This is an Outdoor Vitals Mummy liner, and it's straight up just a sheet that's sewn in the shape of a mummy bag. The reason I use this in the wintertime isn't actually to go inside the sleeping bag, it's to go outside the sleeping bag. I will put the sleeping pad and the sleeping bag inside of the liner, then that way when I'm rolling around in my sleeping bag, I'm not going to roll off of the sleeping pad onto the cold, snowy tent floor. I got this one from Outdoor Vitals, and it fits in this little bag here, actually with the pillow and the pillowcase all combined into one. But honestly, 20 bucks at Outdoor Vitals, it's kind of a rip-off if you ask me. Walmart has the same thing, Ozark Trail. It's just a rectangle instead of a mummy shape. And this was $2 at Walmart, 2 bucks. The last part of the sleep system is going to be always, I bring an extra pair of socks and I change into the dry socks right before I get into the sleeping bag. No matter how dry you try to keep your feet, they'll still get wet, whether it's snow or sweat. They're just gonna be damp, and when you get your sleep bag and it gets really cold at night, you're gonna feel it. I don't always change my underwear stuff like the Long John or the Under Armour style pants and shirt, but I always bring extra with me because if you end up wet all over when you get ready to crawl in your sleeping bag, you just want to be as dry as possible. So that's really the crucial part of keeping all your stuff dry. And then the last thing I want to mention is some kind of dry bag. You want to keep your sleep system and your clothing, anything that you're going to go to bed with, dry. You can get soaking wet out there, fall into the river, do whatever, and as long as you can put dry clothes on and crawl in a dry sleeping bag, you're going to be all good. So keep that stuff dry, put it inside your bag, inside one of these. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what works for you. I'm still learning. This is my first winter of winter camping. I'm trying to help people out that are beginning, and I've learned the lessons. But please let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, questions. Anyway, Haggard's out. I'll see you after this weekend with a backpacking video. Thanks a lot.
That was great.
Thanks, buddy.